tonight's Creatives, we take an exploration into our imaginations with painter Salisha Stanley, her recent exhibition tapping into the psychology and spirituality. More with Yia-Loren Gomez.
Growing up in the serene landscape of Toco, Trinidad, Salisha Stanley began to discover the world through a lens of boundless imagination. Art, she says, was planted within her since a child, as she found it in every corner of her natural surroundings. She was homeschooled by her grandfather until the age of 12, where she had the opportunity to experiment. She now holds a BA in Visual Arts from the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine.
Being in that very creative and natural environment that would create that desire to make things and do things and think, really.
Her art is based on imagination, creating images as they would appear in her mind.
I started to think of imagination as a different world, and a world as probably as real as our physical world. So the art started to lead me into studying more about the mind, more about psychology.
The mask, one of the symbols in her work, represents the passage into a different realm.
In certain cultures, they wear this mask so that they can speak to the spirits, or go in some sort of trance or something. There are other objects that appear in the work, like the moon, so that sort of place where dreaming happens.
In a Minefield is the painting that started the entire series of work, which was exhibited at Medulla Gallery. It depicts a woman in deep contemplation in a field of flowers, a metaphor for the mind itself, a place where thoughts bloom and grow.
So I was experimenting with collage and paint, and I was asking questions like, where does art come from? What is the imagination? How do we use it? What is the importance of the imagination?
Salisha explores this imaginative realm, drawing inspiration from the words of filmmaker David Lynch, who spoke of the imagination as a field, full with ideas like fishes waiting to be caught.
There's so much fish to catch. It sounds silly, but there are so many ideas that we can find that is in the imagination, that I think a lot of artists should explore that area, that field, their subconscious.
While art is seasonal and it cannot be forced, as a full-time painter and a mother, Salisha says her challenge is time and ideas. In addition to balancing these demands, viewers question whether her art is Caribbean enough. However, Salisha believes that the Caribbean imagination goes beyond what we see as a normal everyday scene, and that she should surpass that boundary of what it looks like, but rather paint what it feels like to her. I am Yia-Loren Gomez, covering your creatives for TTT News.